We're so used to electricity flowing continuously that we rarely stop to think about what happens when it stops. But here's the reality: the modern world literally vanishes the exact fraction of a second the power dies. It all comes down to the rule of three. Electricity is the invisible backbone keeping our food cold, pumping water to our taps, and, crucially, powering medical ventilators. As researchers from Notre Dame have pointed out, the second the power fails, those hidden healthcare costs kick in, and preventable life or death tragedies start happening almost instantly. So, as the marker draws out this fallout, I want you to picture this happening everywhere, all at once. It's a total system failure. In fact, experts warn that the cascading effects over the next 30 days could actually be more devastating than a war. Okay, let's dive right into part one: the taps run dry, covering hours 1 to 72. The moment the grid fails, the massive pumps pushing water through our cities just stop dead. You might have residual pressure for maybe 2 to 4 hours, tops. But by hour 24, toilets stop flushing. Just think about that. Within a single day, cities of millions completely lose running water and basic sanitation. Without the grid, water treatment plants shut down instantly. That means zero pumping and zero filtration. Suddenly, every single hospital, restaurant, and apartment building goes completely dry. So, where do people go? Desperate populations are naturally going to turn to nearby rivers and waterways for survival. But here's the terrifying reality: a lot of these rivers carry centuries of industrial contamination, and suddenly, nobody has the power to filter any of it. We'd see a massive shift in human behavior on a micro level, too. On day one, you've got this wild panic buying of refrigerated goods from supermarkets. But fast forward to day seven, and the whole system restructures. Suddenly, canned and dried goods become the absolute new currency of survival. Let's keep the board moving. Moving on to part two on our timeline: an economy paralyzed, stretching from day 7 to day 14. Now, to really understand this macroeconomic fallout, we don't have to just guess. The Becker Friedman Institute actually analyzed data from a massive blackout in Chile to empirically show exactly what happens when a nation's energy drops to absolute zero. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the mandatory tax data from Chile proves that economic transactions basically just freeze. High frequency formal retail transactions take a massive, immediate dive across all payment methods. These are the hidden financial and human costs of a paralyzed society. Without power, our ability to buy, sell, or even access cash is entirely stripped away. You're suddenly living in a demonetized environment where your bank account means absolutely nothing if the electronic registers won't open. And as you can probably guess, this economic freeze directly fuels the threat of civil unrest. Case studies from blackouts, like the one at the MDC Brooklyn jail, document how freezing, nightmare conditions trigger intense distress and instant threats of violence.